At age 21, he left his native India in pursuit of a dream in America. Well, he went to university, got his engineering degree, then he got his master's at the University of Michigan. You can see the banners behind, Tel Ganesan. He's my guest this morning. That's quite a story, but your dream wasn't really to be an engineer, was it?
Yeah, to start it off, to be an automotive engineer. Passion for cars brought me to Detroit, Michigan. Yes.
I'll tell you what, most people decide to go to Hollywood, become waiters, wait tables, go to auditions, begin to make deals, and hey, I have a script, I have an idea, this and that. Your trail into Hollywood is really unusual.
It is. You are absolutely right, Carlos. I mean, even whenever I go, I just came from the trip to LA, Hollywood. So many talented people are in the bars and restaurant, and with scripts and so much of passion and chasing their dreams. So you are absolutely correct. So it resonates with me, but obviously I didn't do all that, and I'm coming from an unusual path, an unusual place, and so here I am.
So, you're an entrepreneur at heart. You have a lot of ideas. You created something called Vision Tech Solution, which sort of nudged you into Hollywood, and then you converted that company into a film producing company. Why did you want to do that?
Yeah, so I started off as a Vision Tech Solutions, and I bought a whole bunch of companies and transformed that into Kyyba, and then Kyyba became the main company. And it happened by accident, Carlos. I mean, I was not planning to start the film business or anything like that. 12, 13 years into my tech entrepreneurship, I was getting bored. On a day, unnoticed, uninvited. Somebody came in and then they pitched the film idea. It resonated with me. Much like any entrepreneur or venture that I pursue, I just jumped into it and see what happens. And then once I started swimming, wow, the swimming pool is good. And then I came from a pond to an ocean. So now I'm into the ocean now. And so far, no sharks have bitten me yet.
Well, that's the movie business is one of the riskiest businesses you can get, and you could lose your shirt, everything you have. I mean, that's kind of to me, it seems like not an engineering move at all.
And I jokingly say, Carlos, look, I don't go to the casino. I don't. And so this is my share of going to the casino. You are absolutely right. The risk is very, very high. People have a lot of dreams, but the percentage of people that become successful and make money in Hollywood or anywhere else for that matter is a small, slim percentage. And, and what I'm trying to do is, with my engineering background, working at a major corporations, I'm able to use their, the strong process, the structure and the discipline. I got used to it, and I'm applying into Hollywood. And then while I'm doing that, I'm also getting myself immersed into the creative process, learning from the best, and I'm trying to put my own recipe together in the process. And I hope I don't make a lot of mistakes, and so I get to where I need to.
It sounds like the Tel Ganesan a masterclass here in film. So, so listen, let's talk a little bit about your films, because you're not just making ordinary kind of silly Bollywood movies. You're making movies of substance. You're doing things that are like 18 and a half minutes, which is a really interesting film. The concept of it, of course, is the 18 and a half minutes, the gap in the Nixon tapes from Watergate. Tell me how you ended up with something that really has such depth and substance.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Dan Mervich, who is based out of LA, who was a founder of the Slam Dance Film Festival. So I happened to meet him a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And prior to that, I was involved in other kind of, love stories, crime thrillers, etc. This was, sort of a political, historical, fictional, sort of dark comedy. So that kind of intrigued me. This is more about the history of the country, talking about the scandal, one of the worst scandal, back in times. Now we have different scandal coming up across the globe. So that kind of intrigued me, Carlos, and that I said, okay, let's get it, let's do it. And even today, we still do not know who erased those 18 and a half minutes and why and how. And so that kind of mystery brought me into this film.
And you have other movies that are substantial, like Trap City, and you're working on Liam Neeson project that's going to India and in different languages. You're really trying to diversify the way that I see what you're doing, what your slate is.
Yes. I mean, on one hand, I'm really making inroads. Like I jokingly say, I'm moving from new B, C listers, C plus, B minus, and I'm moving my way up to the A plus, A minus, A listers. On one hand, into film production, but on the other hand, I'm also trying to take major movies like The Marksman by Liam Neeson, and put it out theatrically. And now I'm working on the digital release in various languages in India. So I'm kind of combining the Hollywood and Bollywood, and Bollywood to Hollywood. So I feel like I'm the bridge, I'm the connective tissue between those two biggest film markets in the world.
So tell me, so as you release 18 and a half minutes, it's out there now. What do you hope will happen to you and your company as you move forward?
Yeah, so I'm looking for similar, movies like rights, like for example, Cassidy Hutchinson's story. I'm seeking rights for that because that, the bombshell testimony from her.
Yeah, so the January 6th committee, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So the January 6th insurrection. So I'm looking for those rights because, I could, put that story out there. And then I need to put out my Trap City out. I wanted to clear the slate. And then, I wanted to level up and go into Hollywood and make movies, with a much bigger budget, with much bigger impact is really what I'm focusing on, Carlos. But at the moment, it's all about clearing the slate and, so before I take on new projects.
Well, Tel Ganesan, the new mogul in Hollywood, is getting ready to unleash his creative and engineering talents on all of the world. So we wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for being with us. And we'll link to all the things that you're involved with on our website at BEOND.TV. Tel, thank you so much for being with us.
Okay, thank you for having me, Carlos. I really appreciate it and enjoy talking to you.